I think like the difference to what I do and like a lot of other productions is that at least I've come to the realization that we're not actors. You know, skiers are terrible actors. And actually the way like most, I don't know if you look at like I don't know, a Candide edit, it's shot like a feature document, like a feature film. It's like shot like fiction, you know, and like you have a bunch of takes, you set up the scene, and then you're like, camera, lights, action, go. And like the actor, in this case, the skier, goes and does the trick. And then you're basically like a classic ski, like an action edit, like a Candide or a Sammy Carlson or whatever. It's kind of like an action sequence from James Bond, right? And of course, it's super impressive and it's crazy cool. And I love watching that too. But as a filmmaker, and actually as a skier too, it kind of sucks to work like that because most of your day is not actually fun. Most of your day is like, you know, rigging this scene for this action sequence that you're shooting. And then like the actual, like the moments when the camera is rolling and you're actually doing it is like the tiny little fraction of the day. And what I try to do, and you know, the only reason to do this job is because it's fun and to go skiing and enjoy it. And to me, I just realized like I don't really enjoy like the traditional way of shooting ski films that much. What I enjoy about skiing is like going into the mountains with my friends and like having good experiences. And so the goal of the way I set up the production around that is to just capture that real experience of me being in the mountains with my friends, trying to do whatever and have a good time. So it is actually, on the face of it, it is just what you say, going into the mountains with friends. But then obviously and then to document that, we just work a bit like more flexible. Like I have worked with cinematographers who are super talented and very fit, like Jonas Mattila, Bette Seville, Stig Sigurd is a guy in Tromsø as well. Like these people who are able to just come along and document things as they happen. And then obviously I'm also able to document whatever happens myself, which also helps a lot. So I think like the biggest difference to like going skiing like without the cameras is obviously there's no cameraman there, but also like I'm not thinking as much while I'm on the mountain. Like now when we go out, it's like I'm having the experience, which is, you know, it can be bad, good, scary, fun, all the emotions. But then I'm also out, also always working with this like second layer of, okay, I'm experiencing this thing right now. As a director, how am I making sure that we can convey that to the audience at a later stage? Like what angles are we missing? Do I need to like say something now to convey whatever it is that I'm experiencing? So it's just interesting. You're just adding this layer of communication on top of the real experiences that you're having with your friends. But the basic setup is pretty easy. Like we have mics on everyone. We work with small cameras like the little Sonys, who are those look amazing right now. I've done like work with Reds and all the Hollywood cameras before, and honestly, you can't tell the difference. Like we did this like it's like a big production feature documentary now, and we shot it all on those cameras, and it looks amazing, even on like big IMAX screens. So yeah, it's I think honestly it's interesting because like a lot of people get stuck up and like hang up on like gear and technical stuff, and like you need all that, but like the hard part is like knowing how to use it right and knowing how to like capture what you need to tell a story, or not tell a story. That's also a thing, like people get stuck on like telling a story. It's just like telling whatever's going on in the moment, because normally when you're in the mountain, that's interesting enough.
What balance do you try to strike, or certainly from the sliding scale of storytelling and cinematography? Where do you see that a success of a video lies? Obviously, you need both, but it is quite hard to get both up to 100. Would you err on the side of cinematography or on the side of storytelling?
Oh, I definitely think storytelling is like the most important. Like you need to capture everything, but it doesn't have to be perfect. If you have it on camera, that's generally okay. If whatever is happening is good. And I think, yeah, the whole storytelling bit too. It's like it's fascinating because it's like people. I feel like a lot of people think it's like you got to make something up, but generally it's just like being able to convey what is actually happening in the moment, and just letting the cameras roll and just kind of being comfortable in front of the cameras just to do whatever you would normally do, I think is the key there. But yeah, for sure. I think like cinematography, good cinematography, it can sustain a piece, like a video piece, for like 5 minutes tops. I think if you're watching anything longer than 5 minutes, if there's not like a good story binding it together, it gets super fucking boring, no matter how beautiful it is, in my opinion. Like I think the yeah, I think you can watch like beautiful cinematography for a while and then it gets boring. It's like if you're flipping through like, I don't know, anything. It's like any movie. You need if it's beyond like 5-10 minutes, it needs to be something that actually is like, oh, okay, something that's entertaining you.